Hi dear students, so today let us study the new topic, how to represent a number line on a real line. So you are very familiar with number line, right? In the previous year you have studied what a number line is. You already know there is a line, and in the line at the center comes 0, and towards the right hand side will be the positive numbers, and towards the left hand side will be the negative numbers. So all these positive numbers, negative numbers and 0 all together, we used to say them as integers. So this is called a real number line. Why it is called a real number line? It is because every real number can be marked inside this given line. Forget not, a line is not having any endpoint. That's what you can see towards the both of the ends. You can see there is a arrow mark. That means it never ends. Okay, it doesn't have any endpoints. So that is what a line is. And in the line, if the numbers are represented specifically at the center 0, and towards the right hand side it will be the positive numbers, and towards the left hand side it will be negative numbers. This is the concept which we already know. Today let's get deeper into the section. So how to draw a number line? So first of all, you will have to draw a line, and on the center, almost on the center part, you just mark it O. It's the origin, it's just mark it as O, and this O is actually the 0 itself. That is the 0, that is the center point. From here you have to calculate equal distance towards the right and towards the left. You have to take equal distance. It can be 1 centimeter each, it can be 2 centimeter each, it can be 3 centimeter each. It doesn't matter whatever length it should be, but one thing is very important: they should be equally marked towards the right and towards the left. And this equal distance which you set off is what we termed as unit length. Means one particular length is what we call unit length. That's what we used to term it. Okay, that's the term which we are going to represent this. So unit distance we are going to take towards the left and towards the right. Equally they are marked on both of the sides. And towards the right hand side, starting from O, I told you the O is the center point, and we will represent it by 0 itself. And from 0, when you start the first point towards the right, you will take it as 1. So the next point will be 2, third one 3, fourth one 4, fifth one 5, and like that. What about the left hand side? The left hand side of 0, we will take it as a negative numbers. We will represent the negative numbers there on the left hand side. How you will represent? The point which lies very near to O, the point which lies very near to the origin, that will be the first one. So it is -1. Next one will be -2, and the next one -3, -4, -5, -6, like that. Okay, so this is what we call a number line. And in this number line, you might have noticed one thing. When you're starting towards the right hand side, when you're moving towards the right hand side, you can see the value of the number increases gradually, right? 2 is greater than 1. 3 is greater than 2. Means when you're traveling towards the right hand side, you can see that the value of the numbers gradually increases. In another way, we can say if you're going to the left hand side, if you're traveling to the left hand side of a number line, you can see the value of the number decrease. That means the highest negative number will be -1. -2 is lesser than -1. -3 is again much more lesser than -1. So when you're traveling towards the left hand side, the value decreases gradually. And when you're traveling to the right hand side of the number line, the value increases gradually. Okay, this is the concept about now this is the basic thing which you have to understand about a number line. Hope you understood. Now if I'm asking you to represent -1 or represent -2 or represent 3, very fast you can show that one, right? 3, this is one, right? -2, there it is. Very fast you can represent them, you can mark them. But in this section we are going to study how to represent or how to mark a rational number on a number line. That's the thing which we are going to deal with today. So let's get into the exercise. The very first question for you: represent 1/3 on a number line. Represent 1/3 on a number line. Okay, so first of all you have to draw the number line. So you have to draw the line first. So draw the line first, and on the center you will mark O, that is 0 itself. Is that clear? That is 0 itself. towards the right hand side and towards the left hand side of the 0, you have to take unit distances. Okay, just mark some of 3 or 4 markings towards the right and towards the left also. Now, what we have to represent? We have to represent 1 by 3. Is that clear? 1 by 3 is the thing which we have to represent inside this one. What about 1 by 3? Is it positive or is it negative? It's positive because nothing is mentioned there. I mean, negative is not specified there. If negative is not written there, then that number is positive. So there is no need to write the plus sign there. It is positive. It is considered to be a positive number itself. Okay, so here 1 by 3. So we have to represent 1 by 3. That means we have to represent positive 1 by 3 on this number line. Clear? So what about this positive? Positive means you already know the positive number will come towards the right hand side of the O, right? It lies on the right hand side of the origin. So that much should be there inside. It is on the right hand side. When you see a negative number, what should come into your mind? It's on the left hand side. That's why again and again I was focusing on that sign. I mean, it is positive because it should come into your mind that it lies on the right hand side. Clear? Now, see here, you know that the denominator of the given rational number, it is 3. It is 3. This is the way how to mark this one. This is 3, right? The denominator part is 3. Actually, the theory behind this one is like this. You have to take a unit distance. Okay, you have to take one unit distance, and that unit distance should be divided into 3 portions because it is 1 by 3. So you have to cut the unit distance into 3 portions, and the first point will be your answer, 1 by 3. The second point will be 2 by 3, and the third point definitely will be 3 by 3. 3 by 3 means it's 1 itself. That is the theory behind this one. But normally it's not that much easy to divide a particular unit length into 3 portions. It's not that much easy because when you're dividing them, there are plenty of rules. They should be again equally marked, and cutting this one unit into 3 equal portions is not that much easy. We are going to deal with that in our 10th class. So just keep this in your mind that we have to split this unit length into 3 portions because our question is 1 by 3. But I will tell you an easier way how to represent this on the number line. First of all, I told you it is a positive number, so you have to represent that towards the right hand side of O. Okay, that's there in your mind, right? Next one, see here, as the denominator is 3, 1 by 3, the denominator is 3. Now, the value of this number definitely is lesser than 1. The value of this given rational number is lesser than 1. How did you understand that it is lesser than 1? It is like this. Whenever the numerator is smaller and the denominator is bigger, that means whenever the denominator is greater than the numerator, that means whenever you are taking a proper fraction, the value will be always lesser than 1. What do you mean by proper fraction? Proper fraction means the denominator will be always greater than the numerator. That's what we call proper, right? Just imagine a test paper was conducted in your class of 3 marks and you got 1 mark. Yeah, definitely. Some of them may get 1 mark, some of them may get 0 mark, some of them may get 2 marks, some of them can get 3 marks also, 3 out of 3, right? Means 100%, 3 out of 3, full marks also they can get. Let me ask you, if this same test paper, it's of 3 marks, that's what I told you, it's of 3 marks, and just imagine that somebody got 4 marks. Is it going to happen like that? Will anybody get 4 marks out of 3? Never. It's not proper, right? It's not proper. We will say, hey, how is it going to happen? It's not proper. That is what we call improper. Hope you understood very clearly, right? So if the numerator is smaller and if the denominator is greater than the numerator, then that is what we call a proper fraction. So for every proper fraction, the value of the fraction will be always lesser than 1. Maximum it will be 1. Okay, it will never become greater than 1. Okay, so now here 1 by 3, we know that it is a proper fraction, and as the value lies lesser than 1, definitely it is inside this first unit. Okay, so keep this in mind. Now let us take the first portion. As the denominator is 3, take the third unit. Anyhow, we already marked after O, you have marked 3 to 4 markings towards the right and 3 to 4 markings towards the left. We never named them, right? So just hold on. Take 3 points towards the right, 1, 2, 3, and the third point mark it as 1. That is the first point, 1. The third point is 1. That means from 0 to the third point, that is the unit length. Is that clear? That is the unit length. Even though we took 3 points, after 3 points we marked it as 1. Even if we marked it as 1, don't think that this is the third point. No, it's not the third point. I told you it should be equally marked. Okay, so from O to this 1, the third point, that is your number 1. Then again take the another 3 point and taking the next 3, means right now we have marked the third one, right? Then 4th, 5th and 6th point will be your 2. 7th, 8th and 9th point will be your 3. 12th point will be your 4. Like that we have to mark. I told you they should be equally marked, that's all. It doesn't matter whether you are taking 1 unit length. It doesn't matter that you are taking 2 centimeters in length. It doesn't matter. It should be equal. Every unit should be equal, that's all. So that's why I told you, as the denominator is 3, you have to take the third point. That is 1. Okay, that is 1. So towards the left hand side also take one minus 1. So the third point towards the left hand side, that will be minus 1. Is that clear? So you took here positive 1, you took there minus 1. What is our question? We want to take the 1 by 3. So after 0, what is the first point that you have marked? That is actually the 1 by 3. So there you will write A. There you will just denote it, represent it with A, and this A is 1 by 3 itself. That is 1 by 3. So actually, how did you got it? If just imagine, if this question is about 2 by 3, which point will you take? You will definitely take the second point. Just imagine if this question was 3 by 5. If it was about 3 by 5, you have to take 5 points, and there will be your first point 1. The 5th point towards the right, that will be your first point 1, and the next 10th point will be your second point 2, and the 15th point will be your third point 3. Like that you will separate them. And then what I told you, what I asked you, 3 by 5, right? So we are going to take the third point, first, second and third point. Third point will be 3 by 5, second point will be 2 by 5, first point will be 1 by 5, fourth point will be 4 by 5, fifth point will be 5 by 5. You are right. 5 by 5 means actually it is 1 itself. That's why we have represented here as 1. That's why I told you 3 by 3 is 1. Right? That's why the third point we represented it as 1. So this is the way how to mark them. Just imagine that if you want a negative number, what you will do? You will go to the left hand side. The same scheme. If it is minus 2 by 3, just imagine you have to represent minus 2 by 3 in the same question. What you will do? You will take the second point towards the left. That is a minus point, right? Towards the left, the second point minus 2 by 3. Like that. So this is the concept how to understand and how to represent a given rational number on a number line. Hope you understood. Let's go to the second question. 2 and 2 by 5. You can see here it's a mixed fraction. 2 and 2 by 5. It is read like that. 2 and 2 by 5. So that number is also positive. So it's on the right hand side. Okay. So let's start with, first of all, you will draw a line on the center. It's O. You will represent it as by 0, right? 0 on the center. Now 2 and 2 by 5. After 2, that means definitely this number lies between 2 and 3, right? So we have to take after 2. After 2 we have to take. Now how you will do this one? Just as we studied right now, same thing. 2 and what was the next fraction? After 2, 2 and what is the fractional term? It is 2 by 5. Means in between 2 and 3, you have to divide them equally into 5 equal portions, because you want 2 by 5, means you want the second portion. Out of 5, you want the second portion. So again, after 2 and 3, so from O, first you will mark the first point as 2, 1, then comes 2, then comes 3. So in between this 2 and 3, just focus on the 2 and 3 only. There is no need to write actually 0, 1 and 2, all these things. There is no need. Actually, you just go with 2 and 3. That's enough. So we will take a number line. Okay, we will take a number line. And on the number line, I already told you, we will mark 0 as the center, right? That was the thing which we were studying. But here actually we want 2 and 2 by 5. That's why there is no need of 0 and all these things. Leave it. We need only 2 and 3. So just mark there a point. Just take it as 2. The very first point, take it as 2 itself. And 2. After this 2, we want 2 by 5, right? 2 by 5. So take 5 portions towards the right. Take equal distance, 5 equal distance towards the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fifth addition, and this fifth point will be what? 3. After 2, what is the next number? It will be 3. So this fifth portion or this fifth term or this fifth part will be 3. That means after that one again, if you're going ahead, after 5 points, 4. Again after 5 points, 5. Again after 5 points, 6. Like that, it will go ahead. So actually we want only 2 and 3, that's enough. There is no need to go towards the left and towards the right. Hold on there. Now, in between this 2 and 3, you have to divide them into 5 parts. So we divided them into 5 equal parts, and the first point is 2 and the fifth point is 3. Okay, now what is the next point which lies very near to 2? After 2, you can see the first point, that will be 2 and 1 by 5. Next one will be 2 and 2 by 5. Next one will be 2 and 3 by 5. Next one will be 2 and 4 by 5. Is that clear? Like that we will define them. So what is our question? We want 2 and 2 by 5. So the second point, after 2, the first and the second point, we will take the second point, mark it as A, and that point will be 2 and 2 by 5. Now let us go to the main question number 3. Here some statements are given and we have to mention whether they are true or false. Here goes the first statement before you. Minus 3 by 5 lies towards the left side of the number line. Is it right? Minus 3 by 5 lies towards the left hand side of the number line. Is it true? Minus 3 by 5. 3 by 5 anyhow, it's a rational number. Definitely it will be there. It can be represented on the number line. You know that that's a fact. What about minus 3 by 5? Is it on the left hand side? Definitely yes. Why? Because the negative numbers are situated towards the left hand side. So that's true. That statement is true. Statement number 2. Minus 12 by 7 lies towards the right hand side, right side of the number line. Is it true? No. Why? Because negative numbers are situated towards the left, and here what is the statement given? It is situated towards the right. Is it true? No. Definitely it's not towards the left, towards the right, it's towards the left. And this right and left, how you can understand? Towards the left means lying after 0 towards the left hand portion, and towards the right means after 0 towards the right. From 0 we will mark left and right. Okay, forget not. Next, third statement. The rational numbers 1 by 3 and minus 5 by 2 lies on the opposite side of the number line. Is it true? Definitely yes, because one number is positive and another number is negative. Keep that much in your mind. One is positive and whatever number is, it doesn't matter, just focus on the signs which is given. Okay, that's very important. So here you can see the first fraction is a positive fraction and the second fraction it is a negative one, right? So both of these rational numbers are having opposite signs. If they are opposite signs, then definitely they will be lying on the opposite side, because the negative number will be lying towards the left hand side and the positive number will be lying towards the right hand side. So definitely we can say that yes, this statement is true. Next statement. The rational number minus 18 divided by minus 13 lies towards the left hand side of the number line. Okay, anyhow you saw here minus 18 by minus 13. So I told you, if you're seeing a negative number, definitely that will be lying towards the left hand side. So don't go very fast, hold on, because here you can see there are two negative numbers. The numerator is also negative and the denominator is also negative. In the previous class I told you, in a single fraction or a single rational number, if you are seeing two negatives, these negatives they will cancel away, means negative and negative all together we can say that will become positive, right? So even though we mentioned here minus 18 divided by minus 13, actually this is not a negative number, it's a positive number. So here the statement is that this number lies towards the left. That means this positive number is lying towards the left. Is it true? Definitely no. Why? Because a positive number will be lying always on the right hand side, and here as per as the statement it is towards the left hand side, so we will say this statement is false. So this is all about the number line. So today we studied how to represent a rational number on a number line and what are the facts behind this number line. Means how to understand a number line towards the right and towards the left, what numbers are there, how to divide them, what is unit length, how to separate them, and how to introduce a rational number in between a number line. I hope that you understood today's section. Thanks for watching the video. That's it for today. So meet you in the next class. Till then, take care and goodbye.